Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna chill. It's kind of like our draw stream, but instead of draw day, this is the Dungeons and Prep, where we just chill and do some D&D. Not actually play D&D though, just prep. And over here we got... Say hello.
Hello? What do you want me to say?
That's good enough.
Oh,
Alright. I'm just gonna show the screen here and then let's get to work. I'm just trying to figure out what to write here. Oh, I've included the images in the Google Docs, by the way, so get some
nice.
reference.
I'm
But it's
really...
basic shit, you know. But like, in the actual one, I want to
Look
properly.
at those! Oh god, look at those.
Pretty
Nice.
cool. Brightkin got nothing. Falcon is still nothing. Gear is basically any other race. Homeborn is humans. Everybody know what humans look like. We got Yuzi.
Whoops.
Kichard is still the coolest. I did not expect it to look this cool. Like, look at that. Goddamn.
You know, they're edgy and people like that.
Huh?
They're edgy and people like that.
True. Guess if I made every character edgy, I would like all of them, huh? Last time I was going down through the list. The Fragua. Oh, right. Okay, Fragua. You're a thing. I did have an idea actually of how to make the Fragua. Like, I wanted to make a 4-armed race, but I also want to make like the flying. Like the Fragua is basically the flying race. Basically, I had an idea where the the Fragua has an arm, and the arm can split into two, and like when they split, in between it there's like a membrane that they use to glide. Do you get what I mean?
No?
It's so weird. I had this idea. Let me try to sketch it.
Sketch. How
Yeah.
can you sketch
Hmm?
in docs?
I'm sorry.
Can you sketch in docs? No,
In
you
what?
can't. Docs. Google Docs.
Dots. Oh, docs. No,
Google.
not the. I was like dots.
Ah,
What dot?
you can though. See, let me sketch. Like this. Wait,
We can. Oh,
there's
this is
a.
new.
Oh wait, how do I? Oh, I can't. Never mind.
Actually,
I
I want to
thought
make
I
I want to
can.
make a new scene for a bit. That way we can have, like
Oh,
just for this
there
one, I can have like two screens side by side. You know?
there.
Just
You see? You see what I did? I scribbled.
I do not see any scribble. Where do you scribbled?
Uh, part one.
Part one. We get to part one. Ah, a heart.
Yeah.
Edit. Uh,
Don't. Yeah.
fuck.
What?
Escape. Escape.
What? What did you do? I don't get it.
I tried to draw, but it's not working.
No, you need to okay, you see the scribble next to the sorry, the line next to the cursor? Yeah, click on not the line, click the arrow next to the line, then go scribble.
Ah. Oh, there you go. So, like, actions, can I delete all? That's not a
Yeah.
thing. Yes,
You
Control
just
A,
delete
delete.
everything.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So, what I had in mind was like an arm. And it's like the guy's hand. They have 6 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ew.
They have 2 thumbs, and then their arm
Two
can
thumbs?
split down the middle like that,
Why?
so that it can become and the upper arm with 3 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, and then a lower arm with another set of 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3. So you can make it like a four armed creature basically. So like you can, I don't know, wield additional weapon or something like that. I don't know. And then they split, and there's a membrane in the middle, which they can use to
Mm,
glide.
okay.
Yeah. This is what I had the idea of, but when I tried to draw, that's the only thing I have. When I tried to draw the rest of the creature, it does not look right at all. I think I had like a couple of sketches in my office workbook, but yeah, it not good. I
Mm.
kind of like this idea, like I kind of want to do
Mm.
this, but yeah, that's all I figured out about these guys.
But what else? Like, is the gimmick just that they have four arms?
Okay, yeah. So basically, I swapped, if I recall correctly, the fuck. I think okay. So before Uwamas, the ability was to kind of like use their kind of like tentacle thing to impale it into the ground and then get to know the nature and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but I changed that, and kind of like, since it kind of fits more to these guys, where they kind of like attune to the land, because Wamas is a very land, kind of like earth focused creature, more so than the Wartel. Wartel still tries to go forward but a bit slower. Wamas's culture is just to like just traditional, like basic tradition, survival of the fittest kind of thing. So I think it's better for them to have the ability to attune to nature, and instead the Fragua is the one that has the ability to kind of like read, read the land or something like that. Not sure yet, but the idea is this race is kind of like the wise one, the one that usually stays on top of tall mountains to isolate from the rest of the society. People usually go to their place to, to do pilgrimage and like find a sense of self and whatnot. So that's why they have these wings over here, and also extra arms to allow them to climb up rough surfaces and glide from cliffs to cliffs. That's the original idea. That's the ability, basically, the ability to glide. But
This is the mountain race?
yes, the mountain race. One final race there, I still couldn't. So they can't actually fly; they can glide. That's the idea, at least. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't work when I tried to figure it out. That's why Frago has been work in progress for a long, long time.
Mm. Well, what are other mountain creatures IRL?
See, that's the thing. Like, if we take like an animal or some shit, they'll just be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fucking.
No, I mean, yeah, but it's just like, okay, maybe not animals, maybe I said creatures. So like could be just any weird
Any
weird
object,
monster movie.
basically.
What about, I don't know, Bigfoot? There we go.
Bigfoot is monkey, man.
I mean,
You
Bigfoot,
okay?
yeah.
Oh god.
Um, then like a race based on Bigfoot slash Yeti.
They're actually a small race, so it should be Smallfoot, but like Bigfoot and Yeti and Sasquatch and all that is just big
Hairy,
furry people, right? I'm not missing anything.
I guess. Big head, yeah, I guess so. Okay.
The one thing I'm thinking of is like clouds.
Oh,
And
yeah,
one of the Twitter
right.
my one of my Twitter people one of the people in Twitter kind of recommended looking at Cloudians. It's from
And
Yu-Gi-Oh, which is they're just basically cloud people.
did it? Oh, you tried to draw them, but you didn't like it.
Yeah, like I tried, not a fan. I do want them to be elemental like, but at the same time they still need to be humanoid, because we're restricting our player characters to be humanoids for now. Oh my god, I know
Mm.
it's going so bad.
No, this is normal.
This is not
Uh,
normal a few months ago, I'm sure.
No, this is normal once every few years. No,
Did
few times a year. There we go.
uh-huh. Alright. But we can leave that for now. Which one I have here? The Oamas. I have like the old image of the Oamas, but I might want to change that a little bit to fit more, because at the moment right now these guys are the closest one to elementals basically. Land speaker, and I think they have three sub races. Oh god damn it. Change email to Adalan, continue. There you go. Let's see. The Uamas, they have two sub races, the Isolationist and the Explorer. So two. So maybe not. We got this one. Terrain elements. Insert table. 3 columns, 2 columns. 2 columns, 4 rows. We got terrain. Terrain and available elements. So these guys, they kind of like attune. They what depending on the terrain that they are currently in, they can choose to attune to it, and then they can choose to attune to like one of the three different types, and the three different types give different buffs basically. This is slightly more complicated. Before, I just said like depending on what terrain they are, they attune to it, and then that's what they get. But I realized that doesn't really give you much choice, is it? Like there's no strategy to it. Like you got to a terrain, you attune to it,
That's it.
and then you have to wait until you leave the terrain and go to a different place, you know? So
Mm.
with this, I was able to think that every time they attune, they can choose to attune to one of 3 elements, and one of 3 elements can give you different bonuses. So
To
yeah.
make
Mhm.
transparent people.
Transparent people,
Yeah.
just invisible.
Mhm.
Actually, that should be the ability of the fucking chart, isn't it? Like they make this, like the king cast makes their skin kind of like change colors, right? They can better fit with the outside world. But the surf cast basically just makes their slime transparent so that they can't be seen. That'll be pretty cool.
Yes. I can't really.
Hmm.
I can't really imagine.
You know, like they can, like, instead of leaving the color like black dark or some shit, they can change their
Oh,
color.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, okay.
just make
I
it
said I can't
transparent.
imagine, but really I was not paying attention. Sorry. So I was like, wait, what are we talking
How
about?
could
Oh
you?
no.
1, 2, 3, and we got our first bot. Welcome, Yulia Nikolov. Goodbye.
That's not the right way to say it.
Yeah, actually,
It
like
is! It
in
actually
normal
says you
English.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
This time, we don't need Crit to read the name for us. Mountain, forest, and then grassland. So Arctic is water, fire, and dark. Desert is fire, earth, and light. Underdark is earth, fire, and dark. Coast is water, wind, and light. Swamp is earth, water, and dark. Mountain is wind, fire, and light. Forest is earth, wind, and dark. Finally, the what do you call it? Grassland is wind, water, and light. tuning to each element provides a different bonus. Provide different bonuses depend based on the table shown below. So let's say that. Terrain elements. Although I feel like the benefits is boring right now. What do you think, Aina?
Yeah, I guess. But it's good benefits.
Yeah, it's simple. But like, is this fun, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Mm.
Like, I did originally, like, fire gives you, you can make your hands glow into fire. The water gives you swimming speed and everything, but I don't know if it makes it too complicated or make it too powerful, because they basically have different abilities, like multiple abilities. I'm not quite sure. Dark. Gain 1. Walking speed. Armor. Ranged. Ability check. And dark vision.
Okay, yeah, I can see what you mean. I do think they are kind. It doesn't really,
Like, yeah, it's useful, but it's
reflect the
boring.
element.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's useful, but it's boring, basically. I'm wondering if I can make it fun, but not make it too powerful.
Do you need the glove again?
Glove?
The drawing glove. Do you need that?
I mean, I have it. Don't worry. I found
Yeah,
it.
but I thought you said it's sprayed and stuff. Do you need
Oh yeah,
more?
like there's a little bit kind of like furry. I mean, no, I don't need it. If that's what you're asking, I want it.
But
I don't need it.
okay,
Yeah.
it's good enough.
I don't. You're
Well, it's only
finding
like
reasons to spend
12
money.
ringgit. It's fine.
No.
And you get 3 pieces.
Oh damn! What?
Yeah.
Hello, Adam Dragon. I
Hello.
I thought I had a like an aneurysm for a moment there. It's Adam Dragonfly, but fly spelled with FLIE. Fly.
Lee.
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? We are over here, not actually playing D&D. Sorry if that's what you're hoping for. We're just here working on I guess like a setting book, I guess. So just working on it basically. We've been playing games these past few days, so just finding a place to chill a little bit. Oh, I still have the old sub races here. We got the Krakat, the Warwick, Wirewick, and Vinewick. Yeah, pronounced Wire.
Weirwick.
Weirwick. Oh, Wirewick. Bog. Bonjour, you're here. Of course, thank you very much, Crit. Welcome back. And I need to go say no, it's fine. Just chill, man. How did you find the server, anyways? This channel. Did you just search by lowest stream again? Because there's a surprisingly lot of people that does that.
Yeah, I mean, it gives more, like, what do you call attention? Not attention, like, confirm. Like, sometimes you just kind of want to talk to someone, you know?
Ah, well, we appreciate your service, Adam. You do that too. Oh yeah, that's true. No, to be fair, like I'll be honest, like I don't watch stream that much. Usually I watch clips after when they post it on YouTube or something. So I don't know what's the usual habit. I did realize just going to less popular streamers are more common. Well, that and the handsome floating eyeball. You like my eye? Yes, I am handsome. Nod. Thank you, Crit. Oh yes, feel free, Adam. What you got? What you got for me? In the meantime, I'm just gonna work on this. Type on. Let's see. Okay, so the original. Okay, yeah. I still need to figure out the ability for these guys as well. Crap. So Wamas
Uh,
needs to be work in
remind
progress.
me again. What is Wamas again?
Okay, so let me grab a picture, the temporary one that I had before. Wamas are these guys. Arc of 12, go up, home, and then they should be in here. There you are. These guys are the Wamas. Originally,
Okay.
they have this kind of like tentacle thing here that they can stab into the ground and then learn about the nature. But I've changed it to the ability where they can attune to the land and get these bonuses basically. Alright. Can I ask you something? Does design based on Vati from Legend of Zelda? Oh, you're gonna have to use simpler language then. Wait, I can do this.
Okay.
Does
I thought I was the one who don't understand
no
this
no no
reference. Okay.
he's using the old English. I can do it. Does your base does your design is based on Vati from Legend of Zelda? No, don't worry, don't worry. Okay, so that's my design based on Legend of Zelda. So
What's
Adam,
that?
I think let me search Vati Legend of Zelda. Well, there you go. That is wow. Okay, that is actually very
Oh my
very
god.
close. Yeah, goddamn, bro. All right. Well, unfortunately, no. My design. Come here close. Let me tell you something. Yeah, come here close. I picked this design because I'm broke and I'm too lazy to draw. So yeah. when determining what I want to use as my avatar, I thought like, yeah, I want to make something cool and everything, but uh, I I don't have the money to hire someone to make a VTuber model or some shit, and I can't draw very well, so I thought, you know what? What's the easiest way for me to make a bunch of asset for? A sphere. And here I am, and it's not bad, right? I got my cool hat up here. I got my pretty nice eyes. I'm really proud of these eyes, by the way. So yeah,
It's quite pretty.
I do not use any accent English spellings just man. Ah, don't worry, man. Like, dude, if you speak more than one language already, that is amazing. I'm sure that's more than most people can say. So, kudos. No need to apologize. Although it might take me a bit to understand. So don't worry about it. We can just sit here and chill. And since you're the only one here with crit, so I can take my time to read through the comments. So all good. Anyways, Bog Weirwick. Now, if I recall correctly, the second one, Wamas gives them dexterity. So I'll just take this. Your dexterity score increases by 1. And then the ability is maybe twin focus or some shit. You may select one additional available element to attune to. And there you go. This one's simple. They are flexible, so but that that could work.
Like I mean, oh,
Okay, so the difference between the two subraces, the Crate or the Vinewicks, are the one who stayed in the forest and everything. They are the ones that do not like all the progress and everything. They stayed in the forest and they focus on attuning to the nature, understanding it, learning it, basically. So they're very, very elemental, like nature focused. While the Bog are the ones that do not like rejected that basically, and now while they're still a lot more traditional compared to any other races, they travel around the world to learn more about other things. So they explore and everything. These are more what do you call? These are more nomads of sorts. So, what is the story? Well, this is not exactly a campaign or anything. This is just a book. Like a setting book. There's not much story in there. There are like lore and everything, but there's no story to it.
There's always some story why how the world came to be.
I mean, that's true.
You
Uh,
should include that a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, sure. So this world, the world I'm making right now, is called home. Why it's called home, I'll tell you in a bit. But the idea is, a long time ago, they were only humans, nothing else. These guys, the humans, have just gotten out of the like Bronze Age and everything, and they're just starting to learn farming, starting to build small villages and all that. And then, out of nowhere, continents started to fall from the sky. Just slams into the ground, just calamities all over, and just continents after continents just slamming onto the ground. And this caused a lot of destruction. But on those continents are these other races that they've never seen before. Like some are like completely pink skin with like large beady eyes. Others have these furnaces on their elbows and heads letting out hot steam. Others are just this kind of like brightly colored weird elven kind of creatures. So all these races come in on that day, on not day, like a period of time. They call that period the I can't remember what it's called. The World Convergence, if I recall correctly. Basically, multiple. They explain that they come from other worlds, and their worlds have been destroyed, and for some reason, their continent is brought here. Yeah, that's basically how home gets started. Homeborn, the new names for the human, basically, are the most. But after a long part of history, they kind of get separated and destroyed. So that they are like the most, but also the most separated. They travel all over the world compared to the other races. Other races are a lot more localized in their spread. So yeah, it's kind of basically the idea of the creation. There is like a creation myth, but I need to flesh that out a little bit. Actually, I do have an idea, but it was like an idea I figured out late night, so not very solidified, that one. But yeah, this is it. Now where
Rate
was
it.
it? Huh?
Rated out of 10, viewers.
Oh god, no. Rate it. Do it. Rate me. What do you think? Will you
What do
play
you
in
think?
such a world? Now, twin focus. You can attune to one additional available element. Oh lol, both is the same thing. uh,
Okay, I don't really. Why did you choose that design for an elemental race? Like,
this
I mean,
this was not
feature.
the original, because originally it's more like forest folk basically,
Oh,
with the twin and
so
everything. So like I do have kind of like a rework design for this guy, so I can show you a little
yeah,
bit how like the
Joe.
drawing is in my book, so I don't actually have it, but
Oh,
well, yeah, but I can give you a quick sketch of how I imagine it. It's not too far from these guys, but the idea is it's basically mini tieflings.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we got these guys here. In general, they have kind of like normal humanoid proportions and everything. Their horns, the ones that live in the forest usually have more elaborate horns. Some of them kind of like have like a deer's horn or something, very elaborate, even for such a small body, actually.
Okay, let me try to read what Adam says.
All
I
right.
have a about an idea for a special oh wait, challenge for never mind, I can't, I'm sorry. I tried.
uh,
Uh Special challenge for the
for the player before, maybe you don't want to hear it. I
do
mean,
you want maybe do you want to hear it?
yeah,
What
yeah, 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 sure, 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 man. Just put it down there.
I
Show it to us.
or maybe if I pronounce it, maybe it would make a bit more sense.
Yeah, yeah,
I
just pronounce it rather
I
than
spelled a boat and Hidi for a special challenge for the player. Oh, ah, I see.
Go on. I do want to hear this special challenge.
No worries. We're trying.
Yeah, don't worry about your spelling, man. That's fine.
It's fun to figure out stuff.
Yeah,
You good.
all good. So yeah, they're still mostly the same, except their hair's more basically elementally. Some of them might even have the horn kind of form a torch almost, kind of like it becomes like a crown basically, which the hair kind of glows up. The ones in the forest usually has a more dull skin color, but very bright elemental features. But the bogs will have very kind of like minimalized, because since they're no longer attuned to the nature anymore, but their skin become very bright and everything because to attract attention.
Must all races have size? They can all be medium, they don't have to be small.
I want to make it. I want to make some like large as well, really, because well, it's there. I do want some variation to it. I was even thinking like maybe make one race tiny or something, But yeah, don't know. We'll see. Because basically right now, I think I made a table because I tried to make it balanced. We know, is this it? Yeah. So there's 4 small races, 6 medium races, and 4 large races. They're not exactly large size. They're more like large built. Like the Amik are large
Mm.
built. The Felkin are pretty large. Ruba are like bulky as well, and the Wartel are bulky. So those are like the more bulkier race, and then we got the smaller race. Even the between the 6, like 3 of them are, more lean, while the other 3 is more normal size. I was thinking like maybe one race is actually large and one race is actually tiny, but I'm kind of worried the implications in terms of combat. All right. So I thought the player will need to fight special fighters that they called blade dances. Oh, okay, that's an interesting idea. Actually, to say that, my one of the character that I played in Aina's campaign is actually a dancer as well. She's a tiefling that goes by the name Vexara, was it, Aina? Aina?
Yes,
Oh
you
yeah.
didn't hear me?
Nope. I only hear the yes. So yeah. So yeah, a blade dancer called Vexara. She's a bard, and there's a college of
Mm.
swords or something. The one that allows you to use scimitars and everything. So yeah, and Crit was in there as well, but Crit was a wizard and playing around with daggers. So yeah, we're both kind of dancers a little bit. Okay. So yeah, a special fighters uh, that is blade dances. is there any like special mechanics or something to these blade dancers, or are they just normal fighters but you flavor it as a blade dancer? Because usually like to make combat a bit more interesting, they usually have a little bit kind of like gimmick or something, you know. So I wonder what's the mechanical gimmick for these guys would be. I wonder if I could make the facial structure different. Nope, that's furry.
Zombie?
No, no
No.
zombie today.
Ah.
Bye bye.
we just do what do you call it? Runner's Guide to Home today.
Hey, we.
Boy. And that is Farid. Usually we play what do you call Zomboid once in a while. And he usually comes in expecting Zomboid today, but apparently not. So yeah. But the balls are a bit weird. But yeah, something like that. Basically, this is what I
Balls.
have in mind, you know? It's not
Yeah,
too
you were
different.
saying the balls, but then you were zooming in on the crotch, and I was like,
No, not
where,
that balls though.
where's the balls? I don't see any
Yeah, I
balls.
drew balls here just now. I don't know why, but yes. Then they look like
Oh,
beads.
oh,
So
those are the balls.
yeah, so let's not have that.
Oh, okay, I think I can read this one.
All right.
Blade dancers will be highly mobile and quick, and hitting them will be hard. And they are called blades dancers because their moves look so elegant and quick, and they know how to dance too. I read it. Did it.
You sound so happy being able to read it. That's a cool
Yeah.
idea. So mobile and hard to hit. So I guess yeah, that'll be cool. A cool idea actually, especially like if the party's relying more on like fighters and shit. And then the kind of counter to them is basically maybe like either mind control spells or large AOE spells to basically attack a whole area to a point that they can't dodge out of it, which is pretty cool. I like that. Nice. Okay, so given this, right, Aida? Given this,
Mhm.
what do
What
you think?
balls? This
No,
one?
not
Oh.
balls. given given these guys, given the design, which is pretty close to the
Mm-hmm.
original, anyways, not too far off.
Yeah. Just the
Uh,
without the tentacles.
yes, minus the tentacles, and they get tails instead.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, given that, what
Mm-hmm.
would they be ability? Basically, like depending on what they attune, their hair will change to like fire or water or dark energy or just bright light or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering like what would be their sub, or maybe even this. Like maybe you can figure this shit out first. What ability would that be? Right now, the thing that I want to show with the Vinewick are they are more focused on one energy, while the Wirewick is more focused on traveling. So I was thinking maybe
Like
uh
one is focused on a class, the other multi-class.
yeah, kind of like that, but
Okay.
terrain based.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, one is focused on a single class. That's why I have the idea of this one. They can attune to one additional element, basically. So they can pick water and dark, or fire and light for this guy, for this one. But for this guy, yeah, I'm not quite sure. For the bog, I want to say you can attune to an element during a short rest, but I think land speaker at the end of a short rest you can yeah, attune to, yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you should do a long rest to attune to an element again.
So by default, it should be a long rest,
Yeah.
but the bog can attune to it during a short rest. Is that what you're asking?
Why?
Uh-huh.
But why would you do that? Why? Why not both long rests?
I don't understand. Well, okay. So the reason I want the attunement to be a short rest is that I don't want the race ability to be just in the background. I want it to be something active, something that the player actively like choose to
You
do a lot, quite a bit lah.
okay?
Yeah. So they can switch between the three elements depending on where they are. What I'm wondering is, I guess it
I
could
mean,
be a
I guess
long.
it depends on your what the thing they get lah.
Yeah, that's true. Because the bonus is minor, which doesn't make sense for it to be a long rest kind of punya attunement. I guess we could make it a bit
It's
more
not
powerful.
really minor. I mean, you're giving +1 to AC attack rolls. These are basically magic items.
That's true. These are basically magic item power. So, so at the end of a long rest, you can harness the power of the elements. Depending on the element, you can choose a tune the depending below. Okay. And then different bonuses. So these are the bonuses. And then at the end of a long rest, you can attune to one additional element. The second element must be different than the first element. So that's the Vinewick one. But the Wirewick one, maybe they can like shed the attunement or something, for a quick damage. So as like for example, as a reaction to to taking damage, you can break your attunement to the element to protect yourself. Any creatures within 15 feet must make a must make a dexterity saving throw, or is affected by the following effect or something like that. They will do list like different effects. Oh, Adam, they first try to throw smoke bombs at you as a distraction to flank you from all sides, and then they can duck by moving elegantly back into the smoke, and they get javelins thrown to you. Sounds like at this point, Adam, it kind of feels like the design's a little bit all over, because at first I understand like they have highly mobile, then they dance and everything. I even understand moving in and then attack and running away. That's kind of like how dancers do it, ebb and flow and everything. But adding one layer of smoke might be not too complex. It's not that complex. It's just not focused, I guess is what I'm saying. Because if it's dancer would want themselves to be seen, to be shown. So if you ask me, I'd make it ability more like the players mesmerized by the dancer. And yeah, like no, it's pretty good. It's a good idea at first, but I think you can further develop it. What my suggestion would be, instead of creating a smoke screen, my suggestion is that when the dancer dances, the player have to make a wisdom saving throw or something, or else they are distracted by that dancer and they can only attack that dancer. So that way it's kinda a CC but not quite. So that way, it makes it hard for the enemy to attack them or something. So it kind of fits with the dancer theme as well, because the dancer wants to be shown. Assassins might do all the smoke bomb thing and everything, but these are dancers, so dancers like, come, hey, see me, I'm distracting you, ho ho ha ha ha. But there's something I didn't tell you. I really don't want to keep with them. I really don't. I really want to keep with them. You don't want your players to keep up with them? Is that what you're asking? What you're saying? Both of us are like a bit stumped there. Sorry. Twin focus. Let me insert a table with these 6 elements again. Once you use this feature, you cannot use it again until a short rest.
Adam says when they dance back, they get the chance to do a quick attack on you. When they dash back, actually, I assume it's dance. But if the smoke is too much, you can get rid of it. I still don't. I can't connect the dots here.
Yeah. Okay. So, if the dancer, if they run away from the player, they can make the dancer can make a quick attack on the player. But when there's too much smoke, they can't do that anymore. Is that what you're saying? Let's use the element and then benefit. Residual elements or something.
That's very combat. I guess this race is very combat-ish.
Not necessarily though. I don't want it to be focused on just combat. But yeah, it does feel like that, huh? That's why I wanted to give dark vision, ability checks, walking speed. Right? If possible, I don't want the armor class and everything, but I'm just not too bright. What if you attune to the light when you shed a 20-foot bright light?
No, I mean like you basically get the light cantrip for the moment.
That could work. I was thinking like that could be like focus train. That could work actually. Yeah.
Because like dark, you get dark vision. Like you get.
But then it'll be the same though between the two, no?
What?
Kinda the same.
I guess, but like one is only benefits you, the other benefits other people as well.
That could work. Sorry, I misclicked. Let me go back. Ask. I meant if the smoke make things too complex to you, I can get rid of the smoke. No. It's just a suggestion basically. I'm assuming you're doing this dancer thing for your campaign or something, which is cool. I'm just giving you an input about what I would do at least, just to, because you have a theme, sword dancer and everything. So when I design a monster, I have a theme in mind, and then I go back to it. I'll give, for example, one of the character that I made with unique abilities. Yeah, one of the guy that the party in my game, the one of the player is Ignis, a fire genasi, and the father is kind of like a master fighter basically. So Crystal Aina here is Ignis's play, just so you know. And so when I try to make his stat block, instead of uh, trying to give him cool new abilities, something like that, I just go back to the focus on what this guy is, and he's a mercenary, a weapons master. Like he teaches students how to use weapons. So what I did is just I made a kind of like an idea for him where every time he switches weapon, he gets a bonus effect. It's as simple as that. So it kind of goes back to the original idea. That's just how I do it. Up to you though. The blade dancers will attack you quickly by flanking you, then attacking you when you attack back, dashing back, and dashing straight at you to
Dashing. Ah, that's what it is.
I think so. I think it's dashing. Blade dancers will attack you by quickly flanking you, attacking you, and then when you attack back, by dashing back and dashing straight to you to do quick damage. Oh, that should be fine, assuming you restrict it to like one reaction or some shit, because it can be frustrating. Because remember, when you're making enemies, you want to make it challenging for the player, not impossible to meet. You're not making like a super awesome badass character that no one can defeat. Wahahaha. You're not. When you're making a monster for the player to fight against, it's something to challenge the player. So you might want to be careful with the amounts of like dashing back and everything. I think that's a good idea. Like basically, the best way to fight these guys is stay from range and attack. But you gotta remember, if you have melee characters, you gotta remember to not forget them, because I get the feeling, for example, if you have a fighter in your party, he uses a sword, he goes towards the dancer, he gets attack, and then the dancer will run away and then attack him again. And then when he tries to chase the dancer again, gets attacked again. It very quickly gets frustrating because the fighter basically can't do anything. My suggestion is to limit basically the number of attacks that the dancer get. Maybe as a reaction, the dancer can move away and then attack the player once. That way, there is a limit to a number of time how this guy can move out of the way every time someone comes close to them. But otherwise, that's a pretty good idea. Just a very, very mobile fighter. Good job.
Mobiles are hard.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the two things that's very hard for the player: mobile ones and also the CC heavy ones. Doesn't even have to be stun. I managed to make the player very difficult just by blinding them. I was surprised at the power of blinding.
Because they have a lot of spellcasters. That's the worst.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't do anything.
I think the party right now is all spellcaster other than Kane. Kane's the only one that's not a spellcaster, right?
Yeah.
Flashback! Hoo ha hee ha! Ayo crit, welcome back. We're just talking about Adam here with his idea of a dancer, sword dancer, fighter kind of thing. They can dash only 3 times. Okay, in that case, that might be pretty good. Yeah. Just remember though, when you have multiple fighters, then you have multiple variables to kind of like a blade singer or a bard sort of college of swords, but this is more like an enemy basically. But yeah, dashing 3 times might be a good idea. But you have to remember, at one point you're gonna have to control multiple of these guys. Make sure you can track that only 3 times thing. That's why I usually prefer once per bonus action or once per reaction. It's easier to do. Welcome, my chap, welcome. Alright, focus. Residual elements. As a reaction to taking damage, you can break your attunement to the... Well, not really. As a reaction to taking damage, you can expel the element you are...
Expel?
Yeah, just
Disperse. Expel feels weird. I know it's okay. Just right. We'll edit it later.
yeah. This is just actually instead of accident reaction to take damage, uh, depending on the element you are attuned to, you can react to certain circumstances
Oh, maybe you want to
by
do release.
oh yeah, sure, by releasing the element you are attuned to. You can still throw once, but they can still throw one spear on you. I think that should be fine, to be honest. But again, right back to the focus thingy. I think that's a good idea. Like, it's a good idea to make monsters have long range and everything because the players can fly and whatnot. That's a thing they can do. But for low level parties, I think that's pretty good. But you know what I'm thinking, at least, I think it's better like you split it into two actually. One of them is the dancer who moves in and dance and attack and then dash out of the way, attack, dash out of the way. And the other one is a different kind of dancer where they always stay far at the back, you know? They don't come towards the player. They kind of like have a spear where they pole dance or some shit, I don't know. But every time the player comes close to them, they don't attack. They just run away and then attack the player from afar. That's all they do. You just run away, attack from afar, run away, attack from afar. That way you have these two variants of dancers that your player that has similar tactics but different strategies. I'm not even sure if I'm making sense right now, but you get the picture. Both of them run away, but one run away to attack, one run away to get into range and then attack. Damn. Just a suggestion. 2 for 1. Attuned element, we got fire, water, air, earth. How am I mistyping every single one? Light, dark. Okay, so fire as a reaction to being attacked. All creatures within 15 feet take damage equal to your level. Nope, that's way too high. Proficiency bonus, proficiency bonus. As a reaction to falling, you can cast Featherfall on yourself.
Ooh.
Alright?
Yeah, that's cool.
Is it Featherfall 2-word? Featherfall.
But equal to, I don't know. I feel like just equal to your proficiency bonus is not that much.
Yeah, because okay, give me a stat then, because the idea is I don't want, because there's no so far there is no DC, and I don't, if possible, I don't want to add it. But if we have to, we'll add it. But you know,
You could do. I mean, you could do. What's this race main score plus proficiency bonus?
wisdom.
Yeah.
Main score, because that one might make it too powerful at low levels. What about, I want to say character levels, but what spell gives you flat 20 damage to all creature within 50
or
feet?
you could just do a dice roll. 1d4 plus proficiency damage. Proficiency bonus.
Okay, sure. That sounds good actually. Equal to 1d4 plus...
like a magic missile.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good. And remember, it's 15 feet, so it's a pretty wide area, not just one creature.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I made it low.
I guess.
As a reaction to drowning, you can jettison your self in the upwards at six at this at s- word at 60 feet per round at the rate of 60 feet per round.
Wait, how is it as a reaction to drowning?
Like you know when you there's like the 3 minute, and then when you are out of that 3 minute, then you have 3 rounds before you completely die, right?
I guess.
Yeah, so basically like
Now that
during the
I
three
see it,
round.
like a lot of it are pretty circumstantial other than fire. Like how often are players gonna
That's
like
kinda how this works. If I
okay.
give too general, it becomes like this.
Mhm.
This is what happens when it's general. This is what happens when it's specific. I can't win. Combat. This is just combat, by the way. Not even all situation. Just combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Are they sea or Roman theme? Because I can't imagine a non-sea theme or non-gladiator theme character using a trident. If you're a critical thinker, if you're asking if if I add a Heidi for an enemy, I call Blade Dancers and I'm telling them about it. I need to go for a bit. Alright, see you. As Crit says, Godspeed, Adam. Anyways, back to character creation. But yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of like spells, basically. You know, you can't make one spell and go to all thing. It's basically like that. Need to limit it to some certain situation. Otherwise, it'll basically be as a reaction to falling. You can cast fight the fall yourself. And in addition to that, you can also cast fly on yourself. In addition, so like it just becomes a lot. So we gotta sometimes to make it unique, it has to be like this. Otherwise, it'll just be +1, get 1d4 and shit. Yeah. Earth. Just cast a shield spell. uh, let's see. Huh?
I guess
I
those
think
are level 1 spells.
I think I automatically turned on suggest somehow. Oh wait, I think I changed language. Is that okay? There you go. All right. Okay. Anyways, where was I? Yeah. As a reaction to what? Actually, instead of being attacked, right? As a reaction to attacking, like when you make an attack, I guess.
Huh?
Yeah.
I
Let me reword it. When you make an attack, you can use your reaction to when you land an attack. I guess when you land an attack roll, you can use your reaction to deal additional fire damage equal to your level. This is kind of like the wrath of the small for goblin. But yeah.
Fury of the Small.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fury of the Small. Yeah, sorry. Wrath of the Small. Ah. Range or
I
melee?
mean, it's synonym, you know?
That is a good question. I think it will be both because it is slightly elementally magically thing. So as long as it's an attack roll, when you land an attack, it's specifically attack roll, right? I don't think I need to specify that.
I think you need to specify that. Else I could just, cast a spell and that's considered an attack.
Fair.
And just add
So
my
when
Fury
you
of the Small.
all right. So when you land an attack roll, then shrug. Yeah. All right. As a reaction to taking damage, any kind of damage, you can increase your armor class by 2.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know, 2. Does it stack though? You need to specify that it doesn't stack.
Stack with like shield or something. Is that what you're asking?
Like, I mean, if I keep taking damage, will my armor class keep increasing by 2?
Oh, it until the start of your next turn.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It's kind of like shield basically, but a bit weaker.
Yeah, that's better. Although,
and then
everything else is kind of like a first level spell.
so I guess
Well, air is the first level spell, I guess.
Yeah.
Everything else is...
everyone is a bit different. When you damage a creature with an attack or a spell, when the creature is size larger than yours, you can cause an attack or a spell to deal extra damage to a creature. Extra damage is equal to your level. Once you use it straight. Oh, there you go. That one's specifically for larger creatures, but I think we can use the when you land an attack or a spell rule. This one I want. I think we can use. No, I want it to. No.
I mean, especially if it's a wisdom character, people are gonna use it for spell casting.
Yeah, but it's an attack roll. What I don't want it is it to be used on a AoE spell. So I think attack roll is good. It covers spell and also weapon attack roll.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I just realized, doesn't Fury of the... Because the wording of the Fury of the Small is when you damage a creature with an attack or a spell, it just deals additional damage. That means if, let's say, not the goblin casts Fireball on a group of people, she can use the Fury of the Small on the Fireball, and all those creatures takes additional damage, right?
That's so. Yeah.
Holy shit, that is...
No, wait.
Go on.
The creature. The creature.
I see.
one.
So one creature. Okay. Yeah, fair. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I caught it at the same time as others did. Hello,
Yeah.
Divinity.
Oh, well, there you go. Ibersnit. Ibersnite. Iber? I'm gonna call you Iber. Hi, Iber. Welcome. Oh my god. Alright. So, we got that. Iber is the thing to call me. Hey, well, there you go. Perfect. Iber, welcome to the stream. We're just figuring out how to do this ability right. I'm trained in shutting enthusiastic player down. Well, sometimes it's the job of a DM, you know? Especially like for me, I like to be as rule as written as possible. Like sometimes I'll break it because like if it's too how should I say it, too imbalanced or something, you know, but otherwise I'll try to keep it rules as written as possible. At least I try to. I don't think I break that much rules as written, right, Aina?
Don't think so.
Yeah. I have a player who spends way too much time going, wait, if I have X, then I can Y, then Z, and the order A to B. Yes, we have that too. We call him J5.
Well, that's part of the fun. You know?
No. Yeah, I'm not I'm not telling you to not do it. Like, if you can do it, and if it's mechanically sound, most probably I will allow it. And copy paste the very specific wording of one of his abilities just negates that. Yeah. Sometimes it's surprising, like the amount of detail in terms of the wording. True Lithium, welcome. True Lithium. J5 sounds like my favorite person. Yes.
Aw.
I love J5. J5, he's a warforge and he's an artificer, so he kind of plays it as this, you know, very logical, technical kind of guy. And when sometimes he tries to, you know, basically make things that exist in our world in the game as well. One time he tried to build a 3-stage rocket. I think he almost completed it. I think like he made it like one third of the way, if I recall correctly.
Almost. Yeah, and then he found a better project that he wants to do more, and he left it behind. And you know what? That's really specific. And that's very accurate to, like, you know, a creator or of sorts. You know, it's like, I'm bored with this. I'm gonna do something else.
And
you know?
Guess what does he think he wants to do with that 3-stage rocket? Not point it up to the sky. No, oh no. Point it to the ground where there's an underground city. Yeah, point the rocket there and just because science.
But don't worry, they're undead, so they're not humanoids, which is what he wouldn't kill.
That's true. But if the Dietrichs are still humanoid, they're not undead. Ha ha ha.
No, they're not humanoids. If they are, then Fritz would have gone into my butt.
Or are they? Bum bum bum. Don't let him buy a lot of flour in a jar of winds. A jar of winds.
Power and winds.
Rockets go up though. Doesn't matter. Rockets go up, just point it down. Now it's a missile, not a rocket anymore. Ta-da! But I love it. I love it when just player goes creative way. That's why like sometimes I kind of while I prefer giving like unique loots to my player, like I make my own magic items. At the same time, I do kind of like roll for treasure as well, because I don't know every single magic item, and if I accidentally give them a magic item that allows them to do like weird crazy shit if they exploit it, I'm like, hell yeah. So usually what I do is like I'll roll for the treasure and everything, I'll put it aside, and then at the same time I'll make a couple of unique magic items that fit the setting. That way you have a pile of them all together. And I think it's very obvious, right, which magic item I made and which magic item like it's from the book. Because usually my
Yeah.
magic item is very overloaded.
But so my character Ignis has a book that can if she kills someone, the souls get sucked into that book. So you're saying if I release that rocket and a lot of people die, all those souls are gonna come to me?
Maybe, who knows? Shrug, shrug, shrug,
Time
shrug.
to blow up a city. Let's
You
go.
gotta remember, you need to kill a humanoid, so
Yeah.
Mach
kind of-
Mach wouldn't. I guess Mach does have a farm where they farm
I
humanoids.
mean, who
so.
says I need to go blow up Mach? Just a small village. I don't care.
Wow. Airborne flour can make very dangerous explosion. My artificer is carrying around a bag of flour. I'm scared for the moment he whips it out in combat. I made the artificer in my party, not the artificer I'm playing in Voices Cafe. Do undeads have souls? They shouldn't.
I mean, in this one, it's more like the book counts humanoids as having souls. They want specifically humanoid souls.
Humanoid souls, that's true. It's
So
there is the
undead
ruling
can
on the
have
book.
Yeah.
Like one of the reason I put it in there because otherwise just killing any monster gives a charge to the book, and the book is pretty powerful. One of the abilities literally uh paralyze a creature, like no save, just paralyze the creature until the start of its next turn. So it's
Start of my next.
your next round. So it's really powerful. So I want to make the charge very limited. So the charge that the limiter
But-
is, instead of a long rest or something, it's you have to kill a humanoid, to be specific.
But
and
now,
she has to
like,
land the landing killing
no
blow
one's-
as well.
Letting me use it because no one's letting me kill a humanoid.
Time to hunt bandits.
Even no, you don't understand the party, right?
on.
My party's in my party. I'm probably the only true neutral. Everyone else is some degree of good, and no one will ever let me kill a humanoid just for the sake of killing it. It sucks.
When you're a neutral in the party of good.
Yeah.
As far as enemy,
J5's obviously lawful good.
yeah,
Pain
sure.
is somewhat chaotic good.
Oh really? Ignis actually lying on string. Clipped.
Who else? Oh no, now we have 4 people playing, right?
Yeah? Yeah, 4.
Yeah,
people
and
in the party.
Artyom's somewhat good, I guess. Maybe neutral good. I don't know. Yeah, like he won't kill a humanoid. That's for sure. This sucks. Can we be a party that kills humanoid? Like, please.
The
I
only
used to
the
have-
only one that's really against killing humanoid is
J5.
J5. Kate has no problem killing someone
Mhm.
if things they go after him. Artyom, you guys have not know much about him. Agnes is very eager to kill humanoids.
But only if I don't care about them, you know. If I do, or if they matter to my political agenda, then I
Agnes,
won't.
do you need to talk? Do you have something you want to let out from your chest?
I
We're all
just
here
said what
for
I
you, Agnes.
said. I just said what I needed to say. What else do you want me to say? Jeez. I just want
Hey.
power, so I can
You
kill
just want
diamonds.
power. Alright. Anyways, we're stuck here for a long time. Come on, we need an ability for light. As a reaction to
Blinded.
getting blinded?
No, I mean the effect is blinded. You
Mm,
emit a white light
yeah,
that
but
blinds
yeah,
everybody
that's
for
that's
the
pretty
next
cool.
until the next round. You know.
Like a quick blind, basically. There's no DC save or anything.
Flashbang.
Yeah, a
That's-
reaction to being hit. Yeah, I guess we could. I possible I don't wanna, but because we already have a reaction to taking damage. Oh, this one is instead of as a reaction to taking damage. This one as a reaction to
Getting
and
poked in the eye.
to no, just to an attack roll made against you. You can force the target to make wisdom saving throw. No,
I thought you need to do DC.
usually yeah. That's the.
Just make it
I know
extra
speaks faster.
blind.
That's all. Just jump into the call. Best plan. uh, as a reaction to an attack roll made, yeah, like if possible, I don't want to give it a DC because none of the abilities so far has DC.
Yeah.
They could blind the enemy until. Oh, that's a good idea actually.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I said.
until
Just
I-
it
yeah,
becomes blind until the
okay,
end
okay.
of it.
The end of their own turn. So like all attacks made against you will be disadvantaged, but at the end of they won't get the disadvantage of being attacked back basically. So it's kind of balances out. So yeah, nice one. Through lithium and also Aina. Thumbs up.
But I said it first.
uh,
Okay.
As a reaction to a creature making an attack roll against you.
I have an idea for dark,
Oh,
but
okay.
finish it first.
Okay. The creature is blinded until the end of its turn. So that's it.
Okay. What if
Okay.
when you get attacked, you fart a dark cloud? Fog cloud, basically. You fart. No, you get it because it's dark. It's
Yes,
dark cloud.
I get it. Yeah. You know what? That works. Right.
But
Crits.
make it smaller, like a 5-foot radius around you or
Yeah,
something.
maybe, yeah. A crit says when you really think about it, it's like a shield because disadvantage is usually like a -5. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. And it's a weaker shield as well because it's only until the start of your it's only against the attack on this guy. It's not other creatures' attack. So it's a more focused one, I guess. Okay, so as a reaction. Do you want to be a reaction for this one? Like reaction to an attack
mean,
again or
everything
something else?
Reaction.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, no, because like if you notice, like this is a
as a
reaction when you attack.
reaction to food poison.
You fart black cloud.
Yeah. And you're no longer poisoned. Because you farted the poison and did it. Oh no. Oh, he's the best. Do it.
No. Dark. What would it be? Think. As a reaction to, like, I like the idea of creating a mini fog cloud, basically. But I wanna. For the light, guys. Maybe specifically has to be a melee attack. That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
true. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, ooh. True lithium make it free, but only when affected by fear. What about fear as a reaction to like
A reaction
being feared?
to
You feared. You're so
getting
afraid you'd
frightened
fall.
is even more specific than like falling or something.
How? You're more likely to be frightened than falling or drowning.
You can make it free, but only when afflicted by fear for the dark one, like whatever it is. That.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to like convey from True Lithium's message.
I
Like
see.
as a
I see.
reaction to being frightened, I guess.
As a reaction to being frightened. As a reaction to being. You know what? Sure, it is. It is pretty unique. As a reaction to being frightened, you create a fog. How much? 10-foot radius fog cloud? 15-foot radius.
10 foot, I guess.
10-foot.
40 foot was really big.
Yeah, 10-foot radius fog cloud as per the fog cloud spell. Yes, the rules are basically following the fog cloud, except the radius is much smaller.
Yeah, but how long does it last?
That's why you based on the fog cloud. Fog cloud lasts how long? Let's check.
Oh, it's
Is it a concentration actually?
yeah, it's con, so it's up to 1 hour. So I suggest maybe until you're no longer frightened.
1 minute?
I guess. But what if you're no longer frightened? Wait, if you release the fart, are you still frightened?
Yes. I was meaning without a reaction, just when you're a fear 10-foot darkness. I see. Well, I think I want to keep the frightened bit, because if you notice, all the abilities right now is based on reaction. So I thought I just want to keep with the theme, just allow to cast reaction, but the casting is based on a reaction. As per the fog cloud spell, the fog cloud that lasts up to 1 minute. The cloud acts as if it is casted with the fog cloud spell. Something like that. Alright, yeah. Thank you for understanding. Anyway, so yeah, we got a nice effect for the bog one. The bog's one really cool. You got all these cool abilities, and then for the vine wick, you attune to one additional thing.
Okay, which
Huh?
uh,
Would that be powerful though?
which one?
Like for the vine wick right now. So like for the bog, depending on the element you are attuned to, you can react to certain circumstances, which are these. But for the vine wick, it's they just attune to one additional thing over here.
In theory, they have two
Oh, is
similar
it
abilities, but technically the vine wick is much more powerful, I guess, because they'll always have those two, but the other one is only when it's a reaction.
That's true. Yeah, it is a bit more boring, but I guess being traditional is boring. It's kind of like I don't know. I'm sorry, I fixed it, Crit. I changed the casted to cast already. See, it's cast now. Apparently casted is not a thing, I know. Did you know that?
Yeah, because it ends with a T. Duh.
Okay, I guess I'm the only one that's Alright, there you go. That is the Uamas done. So we got one. Oh, I think I can remove this now. We got their ability done. I just need to draw them. But next one in line, next Monday, we will draw the Luminar next, the Dragonborn, quote unquote.
But they're just Dragonborn. What's different about it?
Not much, really. I think they're just Dragonborn.
Are not Wartel?
What was the problem? Oh no, we're just talking about one of the abilities and everything. Don't worry about it. Next one, Wartel. Wartel are basically 3 people. I got the art right here, so let me just drag them in before I redraw them a new one.
But why don't you draw Wartel?
I'm gonna draw Wartel next. I'm just going from alphabetical.
Yeah, but
Because
Luminar is so basic.
Luminar is next, and then we'll draw Marine, and then we'll draw the Ruba, and then we'll draw Fragua. Hopefully by then we'll figure out what it does, and then Oamas, and then Wartel, last one.
Man, it sucks when you have a name that starts with like,
W, last letter, yeah.
It also sucks when you have a name that starts with the first letter of the alphabet.
Because you always go first. Alright. So... Okay, so let me just do the formatting a little bit. So, no. Give the Dragonborn folks that mustache type thing the dragon has. Do you get some I want to hear? Do you get some I want to hear?
He was talking to Critical for a bit.
Ah, yes.
That's it. Do you get ideas for enemies with a new race with
Enemies or a new race? Or just weapon?
So do you have any ideas for enemies or a new race or just a weapon?
Weapons? Okay, now I've been working on this quite a bit. I kind of want to show. I actually made it a little bit in Runner's Guide to Home. So, I mean, if you are inspired by any of the races and everything, like feel free to give it a look. Let me share, view it fully. One. So I did have quite a bit here. Just so you know, like all these art are like made by me, so I'm pretty proud of this. So thank you. But yeah, we got, so these are the races that we've been talking about just now.
My one is zoom in a bit.
Zoom in a bit. All right. There you go. So we got this, all the races and everything. And in addition, if you're looking for, I've also kind of separate basically what they are, who they are, and what they grew up with. So like, I've separated. One of the pet peeves that I have with the current D&D races right now is that you might be an elf that has been living in a dwarven city since you're a child, but you still learn Elvish because you're an elf. So with this, basically, what you are, which is the race, is separate to what the culture you grew up with. Some of these culture are specifically based on a particular race. For example, craft worlds are the Amiks, the art shrines are the Bishos. So it's specific, but it's not necessary. So you could be an Amik who has grown up in an art shrine. So while your body is able to craft things and everything, but you are trained in the art of, art and all that. That way you can mix the two. And then, of course, for weapon ideas, the idea of this one is a bit modern. So what I did was guns. I added guns to D&D. I want to see how it works. We'll see. So because the idea is I kind of want to make it like a la Final Fantasy / cyberpunk a little bit. So kind of a little bit modern, but magic is still prevalent. Or at the very least, magic is old, basically. So yeah. Anyways, back to where was I? Wartel, yes. Wartel are 3 people. They are. I feel they're basically the slow to change kind of race. Basically, they will change. unlike the Uamas, who's very resilient to change, these guys are open to change, but they will debate it for years before even making one small advancement.
What? Think slots?
Kind of
What,
like
trees?
slots. Yeah, basically. Kind of like that, yeah. That's why their movement speed is 25, these guys, not a 30, even though they're a medium creature. So Wartels are huge as race, but they move very slowly, so that's why their movement speed is 25 feet. Ability score is Wisdom, and as you notice, all races I give additional starting hit points because makes your players a bit more tanky, inspired by Pathfinder.
Yeah, Tasha's Cauldron gives like a lot
Custom
of
lineage.
optional. Yeah,
Yeah,
optional
that's true.
things.
That's true. The one thing that I don't like about that, now I don't read Tasha that much, so I might be wrong, but from Tasha's book, there is the lineage one where you are a Dhampir or everything like that. But in addition, like when you make your own race part, it kind of erases what makes a race unique, basically. That's why instead of making all races using the same system, what I did instead is basically having the race and the culture a separate thing. That way, you can, because I like each race are being different. You know, like some races, some race have are rooted in like crafting, for example, and some other races are rooted in war. I like having that, but at the same time, that is not necessarily what they've grown up to be, and that's why I separate it to the cultures as well. I think Tasha's thing has its place, especially the whole lineage with the. I remember there's Dhampir, and then there's like a couple more lineages. I'm not sure if that's the one
No, no,
from.
no. It's more like custom lineages. So like you basically make your own race, put in your own
Okay, okay, okay.
ASI and also the language that you know.
Yeah, that's the one you pick two, like one ability by 2 points, second ability by 1 point, pick a
Yeah,
feat, and then pick dark vision or something like that, right?
something like that.
Yeah. I don't like that one because it basically erases anything unique about a race, basically, because you can make whatever you want, which has its purpose, but I like it a bit more solidly defined. Like there is a unique trait about a race and a unique trait about a culture, and mash those two together. So yeah.
It's more of a story rather than you make a template to make your own story,
Yes. Yeah.
which what Tasha gives, I guess.
Yeah. Tasha's a bit more like you can make you can play D&D how you want, basically, because you can make your own race and everything, which is cool.
Yeah.
Alright, anyways. So these guys have resistance to poison because, they're plants. They produce poison. And then they have Sunlight's Grace, is if they spend at least 8 hours under sunlight, they do not need to eat or sleep. So they could just stay up for 24 hours if they want to, as long as they spend 8 hours chilling in the sun. And then, of course, the Sunlight's Gift. Now, if you notice, these guys, the Sunlight's Gift ability is kind of similar to...
Goodberry.
No, not Goodberry. Kind of similar to... Fuck, I don't remember. What's the ability called. Not Goodberry. Divine... What's the Cleric ability again? Do you remember?
What ability? To do what?
The ability that they do once per long rest. Divine something.
Oh,
Divine
shit.
intervention? No, that's the level
No.
10.
No,
Shit.
divine domain. No, channel divinity. There
Channel
you go.
Divinity, yeah. It is inspired
my
by
God.
Channel Divinity, where they have a number of charge of
Yeah.
Sunlight's Gift, and then they can use
Yeah.
it for different abilities. So,
It is short rest.
thank you.
and long
Thank you, Crit and Lithium. Yep, it is I thought it's a... Is it a short rest?
It is. Use it so you can use once before a short rest.
Oh, well, there
No.
you go. So it is very close. I thought I made it because I want to make the ability more frequent. Because again, I don't like having... I really don't like once per long rest ability, I'll be honest. Because like you use it once and you can't use it again. Like, come on, I'm going to use that cool ability more. So a lot of the races here are... I get the feeling they are a bit more powerful than the base races in D&D. But it's fun. And it's like my own setting. So I think we'll go with it. So yeah,
Wasn't
they
it
have
like what you wanted to do? Like they like how Pathfinder characters at level 1 is much more what do you call
varied.
stronger than a D&D level 1 player.
Yeah. That's why I included this part as well. The gain additional 10 hit points because it's a quick spike of improvement, and you're a bit tankier a little bit, so you guys can survive a bit. But that's a slightly lesser chance of you dying in like the level 1, 2, or 3. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, like I mean, would it if you add more hit points to a player,
I'm sorry.
would it if you add more hit points to a player, would it scale well with like other monsters?
See, this thing. This one it doesn't scale. It's just okay. So like at
No,
level
I
one,
know, I
yeah.
know, but like I mean, I thought you give more of these abilities and stuff that normally player at level 1 wouldn't have, right? Which means like wouldn't like how would you do for character encounters in the future?
I don't think there is any need to change because one thing is you get 10 hit points, which might seem a lot for level 1, but when you're level 5, 10 hit point might be like only 1/5 of your health or something like that, or 1/3 of your health. It's no longer that much basically. I don't think
Yeah,
and
I
I
I-
don't need it's just 10 additional hit points. That's one attack.
I know, but I mean
I know like
the whole
you
thing,
the
not
whole,
just the hit points.
I mean,
'Cause
these are all abilities. I say it's gonna be a bit stronger than the player character. It's mainly because it's more active. The ability, like the player takes part in, rather than it's just a passive or something like that. I don't think any of the abilities deal any more damage or anything. It just gives players more options on what to do. I don't think any of the abilities are like damage wise. It's not more damaging. It just gives players more options. I love the Death Cleric's channel. It's basically a short rest lay on hand, except twice as strong, and can restore HP. Wow, is that the Death Cleric? I never look at the Death Cleric, but I thought like isn't that the one where it's supposed to be used by the villain, like the Death Domain and also the Oathbreaker Paladin? I might be wrong though.
that's what they have typically been typecasted as.
Yeah, cause even the abilities, for example, the Oathbreaker Paladin, it's very difficult to play as a player because the class assumes that you have an undead army, basically. It's
I
kind of
think
like that.
so.
I mean, have you try giving a look? Death
I
Domain
am.
Cleric. Try giving a read. I did try to use this for Ash's character. That's the reason I went with the devil, like the devil's pact thingy, homebrew thing, rather than the Oathbreaker Paladin, because Oathbreakers built a little bit more like you have an undead, and then the undead, if the undead attacks, and then you get bonus a thing or something. It's
Okay.
not really
So-
used to fight an undead.
Reaper at first level, cleric learns 1 necromancy cantrip,
That's
and
fine.
when you cast this, it targets only 1 creature.
Mm.
If the cantrip targets only 1 creature, it targets 2 instead within 5 feet of each other.
That's fine.
Then channel Divinity, you can destroy another creature's life force by touch. So if you hit with a melee attack, you can deal extra damage.
Mm.
Inescapable destruction at 6th level, you can channel negative energy, becomes more potent. Any
Mm.
necrotic damage ignores resistance to necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then Divine Strike, 8th level, you
Mm.
can infuse your weapon with necrotic energy. So when you hit a creature with attack, you deal extra damage.
Okay.
Improve Reaper, 17th level, when you cast a necromancy spell first to 5th level, it targets only 1 creature. You can do it to 2 creatures instead within 5 feet of each other. That's it.
This is very different than the Oathbreaker I read.
No,
Are you sure
this
it's
is the
Oathbreaker?
This is Death Domain.
Death is a separate thing if I recall correctly.
I thought you said
Oathbreaker.
you wanted to read the
No,
Death Domain.
I was
That
talking. I was talking about the Oathbreaker Paladin.
Yeah, Oathbreaker. Then yeah, Oathbreaker sucks.
The death. I'm not sure if that's the part of the villain class thing. That one I'm not quite sure.
I don't think so.
All right. Anyways, back to homebrew class. One of these guys is the heart seed, which is basically this one right here, where the skins are bark and the hair are usually leaves. They are the tankier one, so they have this bark skin ability, which is their passive. Their armor class can't fall below 14, and then they get the sunlight's gift roots, which basically they can make a bridge, and if there's any creature in between you and the point of the bridge, it just pushes people to the wall. It is supposed to be, but it's fine for PCs and fun to play. Well, the death cleric. From what I now read just now, death cleric doesn't seem too bad, but the oathbreaker really couldn't work with the party. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see unless you do an evil campaign that would make sense.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah, I guess
I
it's
don't understand at all.
right. Like it's
Yeah.
slightly confusing. Like you think you get the idea, but when you read a little bit more, and you're like, wait, that's not quite right there. But yeah. Next we got this one over here, the Sag soft seed. These guys are the petally ones over here, the pretty
Sag
ones.
and soft seeds. Yeah.
I know.
No, I mean, why? Why it doesn't help that they're also a tree. You know, they're supposed to be all bark and like.
Okay, look. Okay. Let me if please be right. If I put Sag here, there you go. There. I'm not crazy.
Read it again.
I'm not crazy. I want it at soft seeds, so I put soft and it's Sag. That's
I
what
know. I know. It's just, you know.
Oh my god. And of course it's Aina, the one that caught that. Nice work, Aina.
Saggy tree boys, yeah.
Saggy tree boys. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh
Saggiest
no.
of them. You know, it works for both male and female and anything in between. Somebody always have something that sags. Or
Thanks.
able
Thanks
to
guys.
sag.
Thanks. These guys' ability is pollen. They can release a perfume that makes it easy for them to do charisma checks and so on. So, yeah. Finally, moss. These are the misunderstood because they are, well, moss. They're like their body's made from moss, and they usually have like skeleton or like bark underneath or something to create like a skeletal structure underneath them. So these guys are the boss. They are amorphous, so they can move. So I kind of nerfed it a little bit, all the amorphous abilities, because in basic D&D, the amorphous is you can move through spaces as narrow as 1 inch, if I recall correctly. I reduced it to 1 foot, so you still need a sizable hole to fit your whole body through it, but that way it's still a pretty cool ability where you can squeeze through, you know, some portion, maybe a window, a bar, gate or something, you know. So yeah. Finally, we got Sunlight's Gift Leaves. This is the final one that the Wartel has, which allows them to basically mock any attack that comes in their way. So, monk it.
Monkey.
Monk it.
Monkey.
Not monkey, but that works. Alright, next, chapter 3. Cultures of Home.
Oh, you should also definitely put in some monsters.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I have
So-
to at least include Fallen in there. Come on. Like 20
Yeah.
Fallen or some shit, you know? That would be
Oh
cool.
wow. Yeah. I mean, no setting book is complete without monsters.
Agreed. I think like the things that I should move. I don't think I have the what do you call the what's the word, glossary, not glossary, the table of content here, but I do
Yeah.
want to include at the very end there. I do want to include a little bit monsters, some one shot ideas, maybe like 3 one shots. I have one already, which is the Among Us kind of campaign thingy. Maybe, and I9 Crit said they have some ideas for their own one shot they want to include in the book. So, looking forward to that.
I don't have any. Well, think about it.
Yeah, the more the merrier. And then, of course, I want to add. I don't think I'm gonna add a class. I might be wrong though. I'm thinking to add one class, like the hacker class kind of thing. Not sure.
Some subclasses.
Yes,
I love
subclasses for sure. I will definitely like at least one subclass for each class. And then backgrounds are easy to make, so I'm definitely gonna add some backgrounds. Classes might need a little bit more troubleshooting. I do have some ideas running around in my head, but never really solidified it yet, so that could work. And then of course the modern equipment, these are always fun. And yeah, I'm hoping to release this and then see what people think. But for now, let's move forward. We got all the races down and formatted finally. What was going on with the high idea? I'm assuming idea of blade dances. What do you mean? I thought that was like a monster in your own campaign or something. Have I misunderstood you?
I think it was a suggestion.
Ah, you're suggesting a suggestion. In that case, see, like I said, I am very worried. Like, okay, if the new class ID that you have in mind can be flavored from a multi-class or from other class, I usually won't create a new class. I am all for creating new subclasses, but not new class, because classes are it's compassing enough already. But if I have a specific new mechanic that I want to put in, for example, one of the homebrew subclasses that I really like was a sword fighter kind of class, basically. But the main mechanic is that you have like combos and finishers and everything. Now, I really like that, but even then, that could be done as a subclass to the fighter, because sword fighter is basically a fighter. So you see where I'm coming here. If possible, I don't want to just add a new class, but it's basically kind of similar to fighter or kind of similar to a different class. If I want to add a new class, it will be mechanically unique, and then flavor wise as well, unique as well. And it's unique but generic enough to be flavored into many things. So yeah, sorry Adam, the blade dancer idea is really good, but I might actually include it instead of a player race or character. I might actually include it as a monster instead, like an enemy for the player characters to fight against. So yeah, thank you for the suggestion.
Like an NPC. You could also do NPCs. I mean,
ooh, yes.
it could be one of our NPCs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In the setting book.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Crit says, I feel like almost everything being done to some degree, and everything else can be flavored to be more appropriate to what we have. Yeah, exactly. So like whenever a player say, "Ooh, I wanna play as a new class that uses guns or something," I usually ask them like, can any of the existing class fit to what you want? And then if there are, like, can you do like subclass or something? So once you have that, see, you don't need to create a new class. Usually, of course, if there are some unique mechanic that only fits as a new class, then I'll go there. Except this weird warlock subclass my friend is making will get you a spider guardian creature. What? That's pretty cool though. Like usually, like a big spider guard kind of thing. Is your friend making Spider-Man? Oh my god.
Oh my god, he totally is.
Because there is like one of the storylines where Spider-Man like gains his power from like a spider deity, spider god or some shit. Oh, it's a whole thing. The Blade Dancers was supposed to be an enemy. Oh yeah. Well, there you go. So yeah, definitely. Like the Blade Dancer idea, definitely will add it in there. But we're going through just the basics because I just copied it from the runner's guide right now, so the format's a little bit all over the place. I want to get that fixed first. All right, so let's get cultures to home. Now, if you guys don't know the what you call all the languages in this world of home, I kind of I equated it to one of the languages in real world. Kind of makes it easy to create names and associate foreign,
Identity.
yeah, like no, not identity, more like foreignness, because sometimes like when you create fantasy name, it's kind of similar, to each other. Sometimes it's always like bracho de bra bra, something like that. So it kind of has a similar feel to it by
Yeah, well, identity is easier to visualize.
yeah, there you go. So once you have these different races, different languages assigned to different races, it kind of helps us to branch out from there. Of course, the humans or the Homs speak English. That's like the common language, basically. And then also we have all the different races. The Amiks, the bulky guys, were Arabic. The Bisho are Japanese, basically. The Brightkin and the Felkin are new races, so they don't actually have languages. They don't get learning languages. Uzis are Russian. We got Ki here, which speak Tamil. And then we got Lumin, which speaks like Latin, basically. Marin, they speak French. Ruban speak Malay, because I'm Malay. Want some representation in there? So hell yeah. We got Fraguan, who speak Mexican Spanish. We got the Uamas, who speaks the which is a Scots Gaelic. And then we got the Wartel, who speak Warten. It's African. So when you have that kind of like differentiation, you can immediately kind of slightly imagine the culture. That's why with the art, when we finally drew them, when we finally drew these races, this one has a little bit of Arabic influence. This one, she's basically wearing a loose kimono, basically. Kinda. I think would criticize on that. That's not quite kimono.
Yeah, it's like, if somebody wears
Kimono badly.
yeah, like
Yeah.
nobody knows how to tie that obi.
Yeah. And then of course, this is one we tried to draw the Uamas. Didn't work quite well. Then we got a Yuzi, has a little bit this one was inspired by like some of like Russian traditional clothing. And I got here. This one's actually, if you notice, she's like a slave, so it's a little bit torn and messy here and there. But if you notice the design, it's actually inspired by the Indian sari. So yeah. If you ever move away from Malaysia, would you identify as Rage instead of Malay? I might. Who knows?
I don't understand the joke. I don't get it. Why?
Cause I move away from Malaysia, so like I'll be a ranged, get it? Ranged character, ranged, long range.
A melee. Okay. I just think melee.
Yeah.
I was like, took me a while to get it.
Right, melee. Good one, Crit. I am not disappointed in you. But yeah.
I mean, I didn't get it, so be a bit disappointed.
Okay, a little bit disappointed. Highbrow humor. But yeah, and also like there are like these extra plated language like Abyssal, Celestial, and all that. I just use made up languages for those because these languages are kind of alien to what we have on Earth right now, and it's perfect because the Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal are alien language to the people in the prime material plane. So yeah. I got an idea for your plant race. Maybe they can shoot poison branches. Yeah, actually, one of the races, they don't shoot poison branches though, but they do kind of like create this. They shoot kind of like this long trail of vines and wood, basically create a bridge. I thought like I don't want to make it just. I don't want to make it just combat focus. It's able to use for both combat and also exploration shit. Because you gotta remember, D&D is 3 parts: exploration, roleplay, and also combat. So you gotta have all 3 in there. So yeah. So guys, it is 12:30 where I am right now, and 12:20, close to 12:30 where I am right now.
AM.
And
That's what you
AM,
should
yeah,
specify.
12:20 AM, and I have work tomorrow. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you for now.
You're working from home.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna have to go back to office tomorrow.
No, really? Why?
It's
Oh.
negative test, so I gotta work. Nope, I have to work from office tomorrow. Yeah,
No.
I know, but
No.
what can I say? Apparently, working in the office is very important. They have to do this. What can I do?
Oh.
So for now, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Aina, for hanging out. Thank you, Crit, Adam, True Lithium, and there's one more. What was it? Not. There's another one.
Iber.
Iber. Yeah, there you go, Iber. Thank you very much for hanging out, guys. I'm gonna take a rest for today. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you. Actually, we'll see you Saturday for the actual D&D session. So
It's just in another channel.
in another server. So don't forget to go
Another
to
channel.
channel. Sorry, yeah. Twitch.tv/Skillian Rogues. I think I will be able to host the Skillian Rogue channel if I recall correctly. So we'll stream
Yes.
over here. So come over and hang out some more. Thank you, Adam. I'll stay safe, and you guys stay safe as well. See you next time. Bye bye.